Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. Real Late Hot 97. My name is Peter Rosenberg, back in the lab. I got my man Crimeapple in the Mickey Ficky building. Crime, what's good, bro?
We're here, man. We're here. Happy to be here. Blessed. You know, I think the last two times I came on a train once. The other time I might have came in an Uber, you know.
How'd you come this time?
I pulled up in the Benz.
See?
I picked Mark up in the Benz.
See? This is how it's supposed to go. I love to hear that.
Work hard, you know.
When was the first time was what, 2017? Something like that? The first time
I think it was 2018 and then 2019.
And then 2019 as well. And what is the name of the project that's dropping this Friday?
This Friday, DJ Muggs, Crimeapple, Cartagena. Recorded live in Cartagena, you know, no
Colombia.
No false advertising, you know what I'm saying? We named it after a place that we actually were in working.
Yo, is it just such a blessing that you happen to be of descent of a place that people all think is so cool? So this gets to be you, because everyone wants to claim Colombia on some level, but that's actually you.
Yeah, that's literally, you know, in the lineage. You can't, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
How long were you there for?
I was there for like a little over a month. You know, we knocked out, I want to say like 85% of the album. We might have had like a couple things that we had done before in LA. And then I stayed for like an extra week. It was my birthday and stuff. So I went to go, sow my royal oats, see some family.
It seems like those are two things that people do often in Colombia. Number one, see family. And number two, there does seem to be a certain level of oat sowing that happens as well.
Oat sowing, for sure. For sure. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful time. You know, I'm there like 4 or 5 times a year. You know, it's been like that for the last couple of years. So I got a lot of family out there, a lot. So
this is also the first time I've had you on the show since you blessed my album, man. I just wanted to thank you on camera for you coming through. You were the easiest, most professional. I mean, you're tied. There was a top tier of people who were just like, boom, this is what it is. But you bodied the ish and you absolutely killed your verse. And I guess you knew in advance that it was a record with Ghostface, correct? Yeah, you heard Ghostface first, right?
Yeah. I remember, you know, I guess we had spoken about, you know, like a couple possibilities. And, you know, respectfully, I declined a couple things because I was like, you know, those are things that maybe people might have already heard, me with this producer, or me with this guy. Like, you know, I wanted it to be a moment. And, you know, I was patient, held out, and it was the right song. But yeah, I appreciate you doing it. And, you know, I'm a professional with this. You know, I'm not one of those guys who's going to make you wait a week or show up to your place with 10 dudes who have no reason to be there. No, you just
rolled up Dolo with Top Shelf Premium in the Benz today. Simple.
Punctuality is key.
Now, I have to ask you about this. What kind of vitamin regime are you on? Because you only bust 3 times during sex if you're exhausted. These are incredible numbers.
Yeah, only if I'm exhausted. Nah, facts. I mean, I don't know, like, you know, I guess this, I don't know, you know, what the rating is, you know, like this TVMA.
You say whatever you need to say, man.
Oh, yeah, no, that's, you know, pineapple juice, green juice, you know, push-ups, sit-ups.
Oh, right before? Are you doing the push-ups and sit-ups like in the moments before leading up, like you're warming up for a fight, or you just mean generally speaking?
I feel like I'm always on kill mode. I'm always on kill mode. You know, like Spider-Man, he goes on kill mode with the Tony Stark suit. I'm always on kill mode. Sometimes I don't even got to take it out.
Really? Well, I
just leave it in there.
Wow. Oh, for the next time.
Yeah, just leave it in there. It's just like, all right, like I'll breathe for a
second. Hang tight for a second.
Yeah, hold on. Let's, you know.
Then I'll give you a subject. You can think about this for a minute, and then we'll come right back.
Let's canoodle for a second, and then it's 3 in a row.
Now speaking of the kill mode, you seem like artistically right now, you seem very in your bag on this project. On Cartagena, it's like the most Crimeapple-y of Crimeapple projects from a production standpoint. I think, you know, Muggs just understands. You guys obviously just work well together sonically. You get each other, but you also seem, I don't know if it's a result of you being in Colombia when you did it, just where you are in your career right now, comfort zone. But do you think I'm crazy for thinking that you sound most in your bag on this project?
No, that's a fair assessment. definitely, comfortable. I mean, me and Muggs now, it's like different, than the first one, because it was just us kind of getting to know each other. And I think now it's like a family thing, and we just know what we do really well, and respect it. And we're comfortable, like, just like, like he can keep it a buck with me, you know what I'm saying? Tell me to do something different. And I could tell him, like, yo, I don't really love this particular song, or, you know what I mean?
That's so important too, because one of the things that separates, underground artists, from being simply underground and really good and making niche music. There's a difference. Some people just don't have any listeners because their music is not good. Some people have a strong niche listenership because they're making great music for a specific kind of fan. And I think a big part of that is production. And that was even something that in the process of working on the album, there were times when people turned stuff in, and I was, it's a little awkward when you're dealing with emails and text and the level of relationship you have with someone in my space. I might not know the person that well. I might just be like, you know what, let's just wait and do something else down the line. But the difference is when you have an artist who's working with a producer who they will listen to and will let the producer produce, not simply make a beat for you, but Muggs can say to you,
yeah, I want to be produced when it's someone like Muggs, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a big thing that I think is prevalent in the album. Like, we both are on that. We don't like to do the email shit. You know what I'm saying?
Let's work. Let's actually do this work.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna come to Los Angeles, or we're gonna meet up in Colombia, and we're gonna live life. We're gonna eat good meals. We're gonna see things. We're gonna shut down the building and rent the whole building. We're gonna swim. We're gonna drink champagne. We're gonna eat fried fish and coconut rice.
So just so people know, so those things that you're referencing on the project, these are not just random things you're saying. This is a life that you're actually living.
People know. We just dropped the video for Papas last week. It's the proof is in the pudding.
Tell the slang on Papas. We got I got, what is it? The fries. I got the potatoes.
I got the potatoes. I got 3 or 4 potatoes on me right now.
So what is a potato?
Right,
what is that? That's knots?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple potatoes on me,
So you're keeping in that classic, because that's the classic rapper zone to be in. I did a little thing like a week or two ago with to promote the Wu-Tang show, and RZA was talking about how Ghostface, I think he said Ghostface and Divine were cats who always had a potato in the stash. He didn't use that terminology, but cats who always are going to just peel off some cash if need be.
Peel off a couple ruffles. Yeah.
Now, at the same time, do you think people go too far? Because there are rappers out there right now where I don't understand. It's almost like the amount of time they spend counting bills. To me, at a certain point, it becomes like this is just now a waste of time.
What do you mean, just like rapping about having money?
No, not even rapping about having the money, but like the pictures with the amount of stacks they have. I'm like, I understand wanting to have a comfortable knot in your pocket. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's nice.
To each his own. One thing that I can't see myself doing is showcasing capital or weaponry. That's not my forte, but to each his own. If I get it.
People love showcasing weaponry.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. That's not my thing. You know what I'm saying?
So the knot is just to have enough money that if in a pinch you had to buy a $3,000 suit on the spot, you could do it.
Yeah. You got to cash out sometimes. You might have to, go see Gary in the district or something. You might have to cash out.
But it must be really satisfying on a serious note. And I wonder if this is a factor in you enjoying having some when you make niche music, when you're not trying to go, platinum and make music for the radio. It must be incredibly satisfying to be at this point where you are right now. I talk to Westside Gunn about this quite often because he's maybe the ultimate example of it, right? You just do exactly what you're going to do and let the business come to you. That must be really satisfying when you get the brand new Benz and it's all making music you wanted to make.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's incredible. I was doing music, and I guess I always saw myself as someone who was going to try to be a rapper, for a long time. And it panned out in a way that I didn't think. You always think that you were supposed to go get a record deal and this, that, and the third. And it just worked out differently. You know what I'm saying? But
was there a time when you were aggressively pursuing that? And did you make any headway trying to go that direction?
I think I aggressively was envisioning it in my head, but I wasn't doing what I needed to do. You know, like I'm thinking maybe like in high school and shit, you're like, oh, you know, we gotta get the demo to someone at Rockefeller or, you know, someone at wherever, Def Jam, G Unit and shit like that. But yeah, nah, it's definitely very gratifying. I mean, come on, man. Like there's Crimeapple beer. There's Manteca Crimeapple beer. There's a Crimeapple pizza on the way with Tony Baloney. You know what I'm saying? The biggest in pizza.
Wait, when is this pizza coming, by the way?
You know what I'm saying? TBD. But you know, we've been tinkering. You know, it's delicious. So like that's great. You know what I mean? Like
in that sense, it reminds me of sort of the path that we saw Action Bronson go on, where he's been able to flip all these different interests into things that work with the brand.
For sure. I mean, I've had a slice of pizza tattooed on my arm for, 2 decades. You know what I'm saying?
So you're serious about this pizza life?
I'm serious about pizza life for sure. Like, shout out to Bronson. Like culinarily, he's just like a deity, right? Like that's not my thing completely. I am somewhat of a restaurateur, but I'm not on that level with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still ratchet. You know what I'm saying? I still eat the turkey sandwich with the potato chips like Russell Crowe in American Gangster on Thanksgiving. But yeah, like. Come on, man. Crimeapple beer, Crimeapple pizza.
What's your bodega meal of choice? If you go to a bodega with $5 in your pocket, what is the Crimeapple bodega meal?
The bodega meal, obviously, you got to get a poppy sandwich in there. No question about it. I'm going to go with the turkey if they have it. I'm going to go with a bag of Dipsy Doodles. I'm going to go with a raspberry Arizona iced tea for 99 cents. Or a Palmer.
Arizona still, though. You're still maximizing that 99 cents with Arizona.
I don't have that 50 cents for the Snapple. There's 75. I don't know what Snapples cost now.
It could be $1.89. We don't even know.
I don't have the $2 for a beverage. So I'm going to sacrifice $1 on the beverage. Dipsy Doodles, the sandwich. I guess I have another quarter or two for another bag of chips. So
you can get another.
Yeah, you're probably getting like some cheese doodles.
So this is a man who knows his way around a bodega. A lot of people slip; they don't realize the moves like this. But
I survived off of my bodega.
Crimeapple is here.
I'm in here.
Cartagena is out. It's out. What's the official street date?
Depending on it, September 24th.
So if you're watching this before then, it comes out Friday. If you're watching this after then, it's already out. How many projects is this for you now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to waste time and be like,
let me count.
No, I just work. I don't know.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm gonna look on what it just says, at least on your basic streaming search. Crimeapple. Let's see. First of all, as of right now, your most popular song, it says, is Wet Dirt.
Shout out to DJ Skiz. That's a big one.
Skiz is the man. Wow, you do have a lot of projects out here. Starting in 2018. You've been pumping projects since,
what is it, 2021?
It's 2021 now.
Yeah, we get a couple million streams a year.
Where I was going to ask that. So where are you getting your primary bread from? Is it merch? Is it shows? Is it streams?
Oh, no, it's definitely merch and like physical, music, right? Like streams are cool. Like streams pay,
keep the lights on.
Yeah, streams keep the lights on, stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely the merch and the actual physical, music.
What's your plan? What's your plan when you release physical? How do you decide how much you're going to put out? Because that's an interesting part of the game we have now, is that streaming is everything, but for the artists in this connoisseur rap game, it's a lot of it's about the merch and making money there. So how do you decide how much you're going to put out physically, and how do you actually go about putting out the physical?
I gauge it. I gauge it based on the last release, and what's going on with the current release. But it's always being scaled up. I just don't get out of pocket and scale it up OD, because I'd rather there be a group of people who want it and couldn't get it than everyone who wanted it having it and there's 10 boxes in our office, so I don't go crazy with that.
That's a hard part of the game, is deciding what the amount is and knowing that you'd rather have people wanting more than the opposite. I'll tell you what, though, the one thing I experienced from the project, and listen, I'm not going to be done selling merchandise. We're going to do shows and sell some merchandise. Matter of fact, you and I are working on some stuff. Yeah. But I did find that as much as people like the shirts and stuff like that, people were 50-fold more excited about vinyl, which was very interesting to me.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, right, when I was thinking about, what I envisioned, being successful in hip hop music was going to be like, compared to what it actually is right now, I never would have thought in a million years that it'd be like, yo, you're going to eat off of vinyl records. Like you would have told me that like 4 years ago, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Like,
bro.
No way.
And you don't understand. It's also confusing and backwards because like when I was first coming into the music scene, we were pressing up vinyl for the artists I worked with. Kev Brown, critically acclaimed, Odyssey. Everyone was making vinyl, and these were the days when vinyl was dying. So you're still in the era where the only real move at the time was we press up a 12-inch, we ship it out to DJs. Now, keep in mind, this is just as things are transferring over to CDJ now and early days Serato. So you didn't know how to like service an MP3 to DJs. The only thing there was to really do was release 12 inches. And you can look right now on Discogs. Some of those records are valuable, but a lot of them you can get for a quarter because there were too many made at the time for the level of popularity of the artist. The idea that you would jump forward to today and vinyl, if you press up a quick 1,000, you could be an underground artist and 1,000 vinyls go like that. Back in the day, that would have been a huge number to sell. Everyone would be really psyched if you could sell those $15 a pop, sell yourself 1,000 quick ones.
And imagine, like I'm not selling anything for $15.
Oh, right. Exactly.
I'm not selling anything for $15.
I forgot. Neither was mine. My joint was like, what, $35, $40? Is that what you sell a vinyl for?
Sometimes, yeah. I have a $40 copy for you. if things are a little tight, for sure. I got a $40 for you.
So, and have you done singles as well? Have you done singles and LPs, or you make it all LPs?
I personally haven't pressed up singles, but I've like collaborated and
popped up on someone's.
Yeah, and like licensed the single to someone else to do it for sure.
I still kind of want to do a 45 off the album, like maybe a bonus cut. I'd like see if I'm gonna do it. I want to go nerdy style though, and include something cool where like the B-side has 2 songs on it, and the second song is like a little short 1-minute song that wasn't on the album.
Throw that plexi disc in there.
The plexi disc is crazy.
Classic right there.
So who would you cite as like inspiration wise? Like you are really unique. Like of everyone that I play, of all the new artists, I would say you are in the most unique voices. Your voice absolutely stands out. I would say actually didn't you come up with Ito one of the times when you came to the station? Did he not come with Ito? No, Ito came in a separate trip with Flea Lord.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, with Flea. I would say Ito's voice stands out. Pound's voice stands out. Gun, obviously, his voice stands out. But you not only have a voice that stands out, but stylistically you stand out too, because the way you operate, when you hear a beat, the way you live in the beat, the mix of sort of rapping, talking, Spanish, English, jump in the pocket, dance just outside the pocket, come back to the pocket. Was there anyone growing up you listened to that blew your mind and led you to want to push the way? Because you don't sound specifically like another person.
I would say I think it's just like everything. It's like my life experience and my experience with music collectively, right? Like I remember studying jazz for a couple years, and
when you say studying, what do you mean?
Like studying it,
just listening all the time.
Listening, but going to college and studying jazz. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to take jazz courses, not to play, but I just was like learning about it, the history of jazz, right?
Wow.
And that was something that definitely lended itself to how I got more comfortable with writing, seeing how jazz players could like play outside of the 4 and then get back on, you know what I mean? Like get off beat and get back on beat. But yeah, everything, like just not even just hip hop, and so many hip hop artists that influenced me, but just everything, man. Like the the list too long. How much time do you have? You know what I'm saying? Like Hector Lavoe, Jim Morrison, the Beatles. You know what I'm saying? Like I think just everything collectively just lends itself to how comfortable I am in all those pockets I try to touch.
Was Spanish music the primary music in your house, or it was a mix of everything?
No, definitely. Like if my parents are on the aux, or at that time the
CD player,
the CD player, right? For sure. You know what I'm saying? My mom was heavy with the Spanish music. My father, he dabbled and he had his he liked his rock records and stuff like that. And then my older brother's strictly hip hop. But then my older sister, you know what I'm saying, put me on to the Doors and the Beatles and things like that. So I was like blessed. And now in the times we live in, once the internet became a thing, you know what I'm saying, like that just opened up so many doors to just hearing things that you would probably never hear. It's
so crazy too. It's such a different listening experience if you are able to just explore the second you think of something. Like the other day I saw Prince Paul did a podcast about Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 by Guns N' Roses. And I'm like, I've never listened to that. I know it sounds crazy. I was like, I've never listened to this album. Like I know the singles, but I didn't listen to this album. And so you can just, without any effort, type in the name Guns N' Roses and go listen to the music you want to go to. And I think it's a double-edged sword. In one sense, it's amazing. You get exposed to so much more. At the same time, the barrier of entry is less. So in order for you to, like once I committed to hip hop, the amount of time, money, and resources it took for me to participate was such that I'm like, well, this is my thing now. I'm not going back. I've learned too much. I've already bought mad records. Whereas now kids can have an incredible wealth of influences. But sometimes I saw Tyler post something the other day that I thought was a great ish talking bar on Twitter. He said something like, I can tell the other contemporaries like of my generation, which of you listened to rap growing up and which ones don't listen to rap at all, or something like that. And it is true. Like you can hear which people out there like, yeah, they dabbled in rap, but like, did you listen to good music, or is it just an opportunity to get on right now? Like, and don't get me wrong, we all have love for people who are using music simply as a vehicle to change their circumstance. But if you don't turn that into real passion and love for the music you're making, I do think there may be a limit to how far you can go with it. It's clear with the music you're making that you're trying to push boundaries musically. Like you're not just out here, you didn't just come up with the style you came up with because it's the most lucrative way to make music.
No, I would have done a fucking reggaeton album if I was trying to get my
could have been popping.
Right, I could have done that. I could rap on any trap beat. I'd catch any bounce, right? Because I've done those things, But I feel like it's important to make stuff that I want to listen to, no matter what. Even if no one liked it, you know what I'm saying, and if it wasn't paying the bills, I was gonna do that no matter what. I was gonna write and I was gonna make music that I wanted to listen to. That was key.
Do you feel any level of pressure now to like elevate what you're doing stylistically because you are someone who does it differently?
Yeah, somewhat, for sure. Absolutely. I do feel like I have to, I never want to be comfortable, I always want to get better and make better albums, like that's the goal. Otherwise, why am I doing it? I'm not going to sit here and rest, like ride the wave of another album success that came out a couple of years ago. Like, nah, I want to keep going, keep evolving, keep working with the greats.
Who you got? So you got Ghostface now, thanks to yours truly. Who else do you have?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Who else is on that list that you like? I need to do that.
Oh man, that's like yeah, shit. Who doesn't want to do like get on a song, breathe on the same record as like a Nas or a Hove, right? Outside of that, I think and I look at it more in terms of production.
Oh, okay. Who are who are the producers that make you feel
to breathe on a Pete Rock joint, a Premier joint, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've done some things with some crazy producers that just hasn't come out, and I can't control whether it comes out or not. And I don't want to talk about it and fuck it up. And they'd be like, oh, he said something.
But it must be hard because then you have to just sit on it and hope it ends up happening.
Yeah, for real. But But I guess when I start thinking about it, it makes me feel like, damn, I kind of have done like a lot of the things. So, you know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like
quite a bit.
I feel like for the next project, I should work on one of the Pete Rock or DJ Premier one. That would, because I didn't get either of them on my last project either. Have you connected with Premier at all?
I met Premier once, 2017, 18. I pulled up to his spot, Terminology. I brought me with him. I don't even think he knew that I rapped. I'm not sure because I didn't have music out like that. But, you know, just got to sit in the room and just listen and absorb and, you know, get some useful gems. But yeah, it'd be ill. You know what I'm saying? Like those are like he's one of those guys for sure.
And he's an interesting one too, because like Preem ain't sending you a batch of beats. If he says yes, he's gonna make a song for you.
Yeah, not only that, I'm assuming, you know, I could be wrong. I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming that, you know, you're paying the ticket.
I think you're gonna pay the ticket. I think even
no matter how good you rap,
I think even if it's for my album and you kill it, we're still gonna pay a ticket.
Yeah, you got to pay the ticket.
There's gonna be a ticket paid, confirmed.
Pay the ticket. Yeah. So at the end of the day,
but if you had that joint where the drums kick in and then you had the primo Crimeapple at the beginning, that alone, you have that for the rest of your life.
Come on. That's a good investment.
He cut up some Spanish shit that you say.
That's a good investment.
You have that for the rest of your life, bro.
Yeah, nah, for real.
How do you feel about where the general scene is right now versus when I met you a few years ago and I was first getting put on, thanks to Top Shelf Premium, I was first getting put on to cats like yourself. Where do you think this connoisseur rap generation is right now?
More solidified than it was then. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think, you know, everyone, or, you know, a lot of people are like leveling up and making good music. So I think it's, you know, it's here to stay for the time being. You know what I'm saying? I think it's turning the tide. I don't know.
Is there,
I think it's penetrating like mainstream slowly.
How much do you think Griselda's had an impact with their success over the last couple of years?
Huge impact, for sure. Huge impact. And I think you know, like what they were spearheading and are still pushing, and then, you know, just every other aspect of like the underground scene. Like I said, I think it's gonna, like, if it hasn't already, I think it's gonna penetrate like mainstream. Like you're gonna, like, it's dope to have bars right now.
And you even see it in ways like Griselda, Conway, and Gunn. Are all of them on the Kanye record? Benny too? The Griselda Kanye record happened. I mean, these moments are happening, and I wonder, yeah, to your point, how much it influences rappers to want to rap. You know, rappers who got more comfortable harmonizing, if you will, or you know, melody making, whatever you want to call, you know, singy rap, which I think has a place. And it's funny too. Like sometimes we get caught up. I get caught up, I should say, being negative about the lack of rapping and too much sing-songy rap, when of course there is really good sing-songy rap, right? But the thing is, not everyone is Drake and not everyone is Roddy Ricch. Like there are some, like Roddy Ricch is a dude who you hear and you go, okay, this is like actually what you do. And you have influences from different music, and the way that you happen to perform it is through this sort of singy rap. And then you have people who also just rely on that because they're not that talented. And it just happens to be the most surefire way to get on the radio. Because the fact of the matter is, when I put out my project, I knew, even on my own damn show in the morning, I knew Ebro would give me like a week and a half of playing my boom bap rap joints on the radio. And then after that, he's going to fade away from it, because the truth is, rapidy rap sounds so different from what the rest of the radio day sounds like.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. But I think, you know, to get back to your question, it's a huge difference now, because I remember the time when there wasn't a lot of bars, or they just weren't like that. You had to really like dig deep to find them. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's all right there.
Like for my taste, I just remember a time where it's like, if I wanted to hear bars, I either had to just listen to the classic shit, or I had Action, Rock, Willie the Kid, and anything Alchemist was doing. Like there wasn't that much, you know what I'm saying? It just, or whatever, you know, and I'm probably forgetting a couple people, but like it just wasn't a lot. And I feel like now people have so many options.
It's a great point.
It's incredible.
Now, one thing that's been said about you, or that I've observed about you, is that you move with the people you move with, but you're not necessarily a big, huge scene hanger. Like, while you're an integral part of the sort of rap scene that exists right now, would you say that is that true of you, that you're not necessarily the dude who wants to hang out and kick it with everyone, much as you want to make music? And if it's someone who's like-minded, who you have a relationship with, you mess with, but besides that, you're not necessarily, hey, I'm Joe, going to pop up at everyone's event?
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I've seen behind the curtain now, right? So I've seen all the funny stuff. I know who's an asshole and who's not, and I don't know. Like, I like to get money. I like to live life. I like to have fun. I like to be erotic, and in the right places. And
you just to be clear, you said erotic, not erratic. Erotic.
Yeah, like, I'm not coming out the house. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a movie.
Okay.
I'm not just gonna go to someone's show if I don't. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I got things to do. I'm not bored on a Saturday night. I got things to do.
You don't need to just hang on to the side of the stage and just chill.
Yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. I'll go to shows though, of course. Like, people might, I'll go to certain shows and I will, be at the bar but that doesn't happen a lot. That might be like once or twice a year because I'm still a fan. So I will do that once in a while.
Who would you say who's out there right now performing that, like, if they hit you and like, yo, I'd love for you to come to my show, you're definitely coming through for?
If they hit me.
And I'm not saying that realistically they would hit you. I'm just saying that if they did.
Because you know what it is too? I don't know. Maybe I've like isolated. I don't know. Because I don't feel like anyone's going to hit me. But maybe I'm bugging. I don't know if they want me to come and touch that mic. Make it hard. I don't want to fuck anyone's shit up. But like, I don't know. I went to the Rock and West Side show in like 2019. I think it was at Webster Hall. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would say that was a really long time ago, except there haven't been a lot of shows since then.
There haven't been a lot of shows, right? There haven't been a lot of shows. Like, I'm going to pull up to the Evidence show on Saturday in LA. My album release party with Muggs is on Thursday night, by the way. If you're in LA, I mean, you probably might not,
I'm not going to be there, but I know this is Evidence. This is the one
hearing this, they're not going to make it. But yeah, but I'm going to pull up to the Evidence show, and Bell's on the bill. Fly Anakin's on the bill. Damo Genesis, you know what I'm saying? Like, homies, like, I'm gonna pull up, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like, in some occasions, even people that I'm not necessarily that cool with, I just like the music, I'll pull up, I'll pull up.
Listen, his name is Crimeapple, Cartagena. Am I saying that properly there?
You're saying it probably as good as you can say it. It's probably as good as you can say it.
Cartagena. Yo, is there anything you need to rework before the album comes out Friday? You want me to add a couple drops like that? Because I could just do that.
Yo, man.
Man. You heard it. Hold on to it again. Cartagena.
Yeah. Nah, the first one was better. See, when you weren't thinking about it too much, it was like, boom, it rolled off the tongue.
Cartagena.
Nah, so you're thinking too hard now.
I lost it.
You know what? It was going natural. It was good.
Nah,
natural.
Forget it. Just, you know what? Just let the album roll out as you planned. Listen, the album is out. And it's a doozy. I strongly recommend, if you've never checked in with Crimeapple or DJ Muggs or both of them together, this is one you do it for. But listen, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate your support of everything I do, and appreciate you making the music you're making, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me.
You are always welcome. That's Crimeapple. More to do. It's real late. Hot 97.